And how can you have soul in something when you're constantly thinking about how to sell it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
whether I'm writing a story,
Absolutely. Bilkul.
whether I'm creating an image, whether I'm dressing up for something, if I
Right.
constantly have to think about, okay, how am I going to sell this,
Right.
then the integrity no longer
You were
exists.
telling that there's a lack of color overall in the products which are being
There's
sold.
just a lack of complexity.
Yeah.
It shows up in like a lack of color, it shows up in things like minimalism, it shows up in, short form content, it shows up in lots of different ways. But basically, it's a lack of complexity because complexity requires nuance, it requires you to delve in, it requires attention. It's a combination of a lot of things, but we're consumerism and capitalism, late stage capitalism, is basically bleaching all the complexity and nuance out of this world. And it's
Right.
leaving us dumber, poorer, and less enriched than we ever were. So I feel like that's the thing about like films or like pop culture, right? They can introduce something to collective consciousness that might have like been hovering around, but no one really put like a stamp on it or cemented it like very, very strongly visually.
Right.
I feel like in the early 2000s, Bollywood started doing this cool thing where they took a lot of Western sensibilities, but then like turned them into like a lot of subcontinent, like almost gestated them through like a subcontinental lens. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham was one of the movies also where like, Kareena Kapoor, again, Kareena, she was like a fucking style icon.
Right.
Like she is really, really,
Right.
she really kickstarted like this whole kind of consciousness among like young little girls growing up who watched Bollywood. Because before this, you had like flowing saris and pyare kapde the. But साड़ियाँ थीं या शलवार कमीजें थीं या really garish clothes that like Kareena Kapoor would wear in like songs with Govinda or whatever.
Right.
And then you had like Kareena Kapoor and Karan Johar and Manish Malhotra who came together to create these really iconic looks that are still in like fashion consciousness almost across the globe. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So yeah.
So, how much style do you think we get influenced by from Bollywood and from India? And are they the real setters? If we
I feel like
understand
it's
properly?
this is such an interesting question because there's so much symbiosis here.
Right.
I think the way India has managed to cultivate its craft and its craftsmen, keep its heritage and identity, it's really incredible.
And you think we are not at par in terms of keeping
So
our
our
heritage and identity?
I feel like our aesthetic, like design wise, we have a very, very strong aesthetic. But I feel like identity wise is where we take a hit. India, because identity wise, they're very, very strong.
Right.
They can manage to mold the aesthetic according to their identity, right? If you look at the kind of
Interesting. Yeah.
design that we were producing in the 80s, 90s, or early 2000s, I would say it was definitely superior to what you would see in Indian fashion.
Right.
But now, when I look at the kind of homegrown talent that India has, whether you're looking at Gaurav Gupta or like Rashmi and whatever, and like a whole bunch, like just so many, I think they've kind of gone leaps and bounds ahead. And I think the other thing that happens here a lot is that we tend to emulate their celebrity.
I mean, that's
We
absolutely
don't
true, yeah.
necessarily emulate
Yeah,
their
yeah. You're absolutely
aesthetic,
right.
but
Yeah.
we emulate. I know that if I have to pitch to a certain actress, I will know whether I should pitch a Western celebrity to her or an Eastern
So,
celebrity to her.
do your mood boards involve a lot of Indian sort of clothes
Depends
and
on
stuff
who
and
you
things like that?
depends on like who
Right.
you're pitching to, right? Like if
Right.
I'm pitching to a Mobilink, no, I'm not
Right.
pitching anything Indian
Right.
to them because वो देखते साथ ही ना बस वो
अच्छा.
आपका board reject कर
That's
देंगे.
nice. I mean, I don't know. if
Yeah,
it's
but
nice or
I
not.
mean I get it.
Why are
Because
they more patriotic or they're?
I
what?
think they're because they have to deal with such a mass market, they cannot afford to have
Right.
anything that is even remotely like they can't even use like the beginning curve of the controversial kasi.
Okay.
ठीक है? So
Okay,
they have to be
interesting.
very, very conservative, very like dil hai Pakistani in their
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
But if I'm pitching to, say, a fashion brand,
Hmm.
or if I'm pitching to a celebrity, I will definitely use lots and lots of Indian references. I
Right.
will use lots of Bollywood
And that's another
references.
way you can use AI now, because you can create entire mood
Have you
boards.
tried doing that, by the way?
A
Because I
lot,
have.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does that turn out for you? Because I tried.
Amazing. And the
Really?
technology is just kind of getting better and better.
Yeah. I feel like I don't give them the right prompts.
Yes, but you can also use AI to enhance the prompt. So that's very interesting. I mean, you can write in a basic prompt and tell it to enhance it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just developing so rapidly.
Yeah.
It's just going to save you a lot of time. And if for a
और मैं
client
इतना
like
टाइम सेव
that,
करके क्या करूंगी फिर उमर? कहाँ लेके जाऊंगी? गोल्फ खेलने?
Mobilink. Huh, golf, 100%.
Okay.
So you're also involved in storytelling through writing.
Yes.
Right? How does writing challenge or fulfill your differently than visual work?
I think writing is just something so deeply personal. You know, the second you put pen to paper, even if there's a lot of chaos in your head, it's automatically starts kind of organizing itself.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
Amazing.
and the second you start putting something down and you start breaking a thing down by its components, it not only becomes more manageable or digestible, you can also kind of then figure out, okay, this is where I need to add detail. Maybe this is something I need to subtract or whatever. I think writing is what makes me conceptually strong, what
Right.
makes my values, because otherwise, like, I feel like, you know, एक झोंका हवा का आएगा and you'll kind of change
और
whatever
आपके
your
अपने
ideology
माइंड
was.
आपके अपने कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी क्लियर हो जाते हैं when you
Exactly.
put it
वही ना,
down.
like आपकी जो values हैं, आपको पता होता है कि मैं कहना क्या चाह रही हूँ. Because I've like put it down in writing, and like a lot of times, like, you know, as someone who tends to journal now and then, and specifically at a time when like my brain is kind of like really full of too many ideas, when I start putting them down, I'll write a line and I'll immediately kind of be like, okay, but that's not really true. That's just either a feeling or a sense or whatever. So it really helps you separate the fact from fiction, or like, you
Right.
know, kind of makes you realize, okay, this is the crux of the matter. This is basically what I'm
You
kind
also
of
look
stuck
like
at.
someone who's got a really good handwriting, like a really neat handwriting. Or no,
No.
you look like a doctor.
No, I feel like now, and also because we've completely stopped handwriting shit
Absolutely.
at all.
Dude, I started writing the other day and I was like, dude, it's like a doctor's prescription.
Yeah, like
I can't read my own stuff.
And if
only
you-
Sidra, my project manager,
Yeah.
only she can understand my writing. Even I can't look at my notes anymore.
Because like, especially if you're writing in like shorthand, I'm just like, wait, what was I
Yeah.
even thinking? मैं क्या सोच
So
रही थी?
it's a bit of a dumbing down of the society.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
We can't write anymore.
This is something I feel very, 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 this dumbing down concept
Yeah.
is something I feel very strongly about.
Right.
Because it's not just about writing, it's not just, and you know, as someone who works in advertising, I'm sure you must have seen in the last 20 years, the concepts that you could introduce to a client as opposed to the concepts that you were supposed to introduce to a client right now. They don't want anything that's going to be complicated. They don't want anything that's going to have a longer payoff.
Yeah,
Right?
you're
Like in
absolutely
the
right.
in the first 30 seconds, if your premise and your
Yeah.
hook isn't there, they're gonna
It's
reject
gone.
your ad.
Yeah.
But like I remember advertisements from like the 90s, and like they had like either a great jingle or a great premise, and they required a payoff. You know, you had to be a part of the advertisement for like the 30 seconds or the 90 seconds it was running on
Absolutely.
screen.
Absolutely.
And now it's just like, no, 5 seconds is all you have. 5 seconds में आपकी pitch नहीं काम की तो घर चले जाए.
I mean, this brings us back to the point which you wanted to raise earlier about consumerism.
Yeah.
And I think, why don't you revisit that? You were telling
Yeah.
that there's a lack of color overall in the products which are being sold.
There's just a lack of complexity.
yeah.
It shows up in like a lack of color. It shows up in things like minimalism. It shows up in, you know, short form content. It shows up in lots of different ways. But basically, it's a lack of complexity, because complexity requires nuance. It requires you to delve in. It requires attention. I was talking to Saim Sadiq, who's you know, a director and one of Pakistan's, you know, most brilliant upcoming talents, and we were both talking about how now big like production companies want scripts where there's so much dialogue there or so much exposition that the character is quite literally speaking about the action that is happening, because producers
Right.
are now like, listen,
Right.
man, no one actually looks at the screen. People
Right.
are on their
Yeah,
phone.
that's a great
They
point.
don't
Yeah,
want to
you're right.
actually look at what's happening. Tell them, you
Right.
know, literally just tell them. And, you know, go to any movie theater. There will be at least 4 people jinke muh pe aapko ek blue light nazar aa rahi hai as like the action is happening.
Right.
So, you know, it's a combination of a lot of things, but we're consumerism and capitalism, late stage capitalism, is basically bleaching all the complexity and nuance out of this world. And it's leaving us dumber, poorer, and less enriched than we ever were.
I mean, you definitely sound like you were about to get a land somewhere and grow your own vegetables.
I would absolutely love to. Oh
Live
my God, that is the dream.
off the grid.
That is the absolute dream.
Yeah, you're exactly in that direction. And I think that is the ultimate goal, which everyone should think of to be able to.
Listen,
if you
we've
can.
made all of this
Yes.
progress just to go back to
Yeah,
pre-industrial
absolutely.
times.
Absolutely.
Like, that's
Because-
it. That's the dream.
Because it's out of our control now. I mean,
Yeah.
the way things are moving, we got to a lot of our jobs, a lot of what people do, a lot of things which bring soul to whatever you're doing will just not be relevant anymore.
And how can you have soul in something when you're constantly thinking about how to sell it?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
whether I'm writing a story,
Absolutely,
whether I'm creating an image, whether I'm dressing up for something, if I
Right.
constantly have to think about, okay, how am I going to sell this?
Right.
Then the integrity no longer exists,
Right, absolutely.
right? Then you're just doing it for an audience, for an eye, for someone you want to sell it to. And then all the personality, all the things that make
Yeah.
you are kind of just eradicated out of it.
And that's why, everything looks
Everything looks the
grey and
same.
white.
Go into a Pakistani mall. You will find the exact same thing in every outlet
In
as
every
far
mall.
as Western.
Yeah.
And
Every mall looks
you
the
go,
same.
you walk into the Western department of any clothing brand, they'll have matching separates
Bilkul.
that are in beige, brown, grey, and white and black.
Yeah.
They're gonna have like sweatpants that are so baggy that like you're just like, wait, what? And everyone's wearing the exact same
clothes
thing.
anymore.
Everyone's buying the exact same stuff. And okay, chalo, अब 5,000 रुपए की आप चीज खरीद रहे हो जो सारों ने पहनी हुई है, it still makes sense. You're spending $20,000 on a fucking bag that everyone else
Has-
is
has
going
it.
to be wearing, whether उसकी original है या whether उसकी छापा
उसका
है.
उसका पर्पस वो बैग का क्वालिटी और वो कुछ नहीं है.
नहीं
उसका
है,
purpose
बिल्कुल
कुछ और
भी
है.
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. There was a really cool video. There's been a couple of really cool videos, exposés, I guess I would say, that have been circulating about how these brands, like these high-end brands that you associate with quality, right? Like what you're talking about Chanel, you're talking about Miu Miu, you're talking about Dior, right? I'm paying $5,000 for a t-shirt or like a shirt or like a top. Okay. I look at the tag, it's made out of fucking polyester.
Right.
What
Right.
am I paying
Right.
for?
And-
Because
and
I can buy
apart
the
from
same.
anything, it's damaging to.
It's damaging to the
your skin,
environment.
to the
It's
environment.
damaging to the design aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's damaging to like the landfills.
Yes.
It's damaging to everything other than like Burton, whatever, Arnold's fucking pocket.
Right.
Everyone else is paying the price and you're just buying it because it's Chanel. You're not
Right.
buying it because it's great quality.
Absolutely.
You're not buying it because it's
Absolutely.
fantastic material.
Because it costs like $50 in China to make it.
Oh, absolutely. The beauty of like all these really expensive bags, and this happened when America was putting all these tariffs on China.
Right.
Chinese industry started putting out these TikToks where
Right,
they're like,
right, yeah,
yo,
exactly.
look, this is the same
yes,
factory
yes.
where we like make your Bottega Venitas. You come to us, we'll sell it to you for $1,000.
Absolutely.
Now, what do you look like when you pay $15,000 for that same fucking...
That's a good campaign.
For
I know,
idiots,
American-
I'm so sorry, but like...
I mean, for the Chinese people, it was a
Oh,
great
yeah,
campaign.
yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. China has ripped through
Yeah.
this idea
The
of
overall-
like
overall
American...
perception of what.
Yes, of
luxury
American
is.
consumerism. It has
Yeah.
completely ripped through
Yeah.
the idea of that.
So with everything you do, how do you maintain your own sense of identity without getting swallowed by the industry?
I think I will I'll take a second to give myself a pat. I think it's because I don't take myself or the industry too seriously.
Right.
I think when you kind of start associating your identity with like a certain kind of look or whatever, right? Or when you feel like, okay, that's the only way I can present myself, that's when it kind
Right.
of becomes more of a limiting factor rather than something that, you know, adds to things for you. You will very often see me just like in my pajama and like bad hair and whatever because I don't owe anyone beauty or anything. So when I
Right.
dress up, I dress up because it's how I want to present myself or how I feel or whatever. But just don't take yourself too seriously, man.
Right.
Like it's just fucking clothing.
Yeah, I mean, that means you have a lot of fun doing what you do.
I
Right?
do. I actually, and I feel like that's also maybe why I've taken a step back from styling because it no longer felt fun or fulfilling. It felt more like a formula.
Right.
But generally, when I get dressed or when I want people to dress up
Right.
or when I want to dress people up, I want them to have fun. I want them to feel good. You should look at yourself and be like, that looks great.
So that is your secret formula. Right?
Yeah, you have to feeling
So
good.
there's a method to the madness.
Yeah, the method is basically you have to feel what you're wearing or
Right.
how you're wearing it. Otherwise, you can be wearing the most expensive thing in the world and you can still be like,
Yeah. So does it come naturally that when you're wearing appropriate clothes which suit you, does it come the confidence? Does it come naturally?
wouldn't you say like when you're wearing like a
100%.
really well-fitted suit,
100%.
you
I'm
know,
like, oh,
and you
yes,
put right,
yes.
you put it on and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a that's a guy I
So,
I
I mean,
like.
that's the beauty or genius of a stylist, right?
That should be, or that should be the beauty of any creative who works in design,
right.
right? Like whether you're doing interior, whether you're doing advertisement, whether you're doing any kind of design, when your client looks at it, they should kind of feel this rush of dopamine or endorphins, which kind of, solidify the fact that, okay, this is work that resonates with me.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah,
I mean, so do people know how to dress themselves properly, or is that where you come in? And are they comfortable with how you dress them? And does that also involve you kind of gauging what their personality is like?
I think that's the biggest kind of hook that anyone needs to remember when they're styling, right? Which is what is the personality that you're dealing with? What is how does this person want to present themselves? Because
Right.
I could have a very different idea of how I look at them. I could have a very different idea of who you are or how you look like,
Right.
right? But if my idea of how you look or who you're supposed to present yourself as doesn't align with how you want to present yourself as,
Right.
then the look that we've created has failed.
So how good are people gauging their own personality?
Yeah, that's not for me to necessarily
Right.
judge.
So that means they have a set idea which they want to
If you
present.
tell me, listen, man, I want to wear like skin tight clothes that look like someone just stitched them on my body, then and you're hiring me and you paid me for it,
Right.
then okay, cool, that's what I will deliver. But if you ask me, what do you think I should do in this particular kind of for this particular event, given my personality that then it gives me more room to play with, right? I think it also really depends on how willing your client is to the input that you have to offer, rather
Right.
than just you saying, okay, I think tumhe ye karna chahiye, and the other person just like, who asked you?
Right.
You know.
So tell us, like, is it a project which kind of lives rent free in your head, which you haven't done yet, and have a notes app on and written?
A project that lives in my head. There's so many projects that live in my head, but none of them have to do with styling. They branch out more towards either writing.
Agriculture.
Well, I mean,
I think let's add that to the list.
you do not understand how like strong the pull towards like having an animal farm is for
Right.
me. Like,
No, I
give me
can
all the
totally see
cows,
it.
the horses, the goats, the
Yeah.
emus,
Yeah.
everything.
Emus,
Oh
interesting.
yeah, have you not seen that emu on the
I've
really
seen
famous?
emus. Have you seen their claws?
Have you not seen the really famous like emu on
Of that
Instagram?
girl,
Yes, yeah.
Whose emu keeps attacking her.
Yes, well, just kind of like blocking all her
Yes.
like Insta stories and whatever. Yeah, I want that
Hilarious.
emu. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just scared that claw can puncture your ribs.
Huh, but have you ever met a man?
No.
You've never met a man?
Not in not in that situation. We punctured our ribs.
Yeah, I feel a lot less
Well,
scared
you'd be
of
surprised
animals.
that in Lahore there's a bunch of people who can get you an emu, right?
Yeah, that's not not
no, seriously.
the idea of it is great, but I'm not gonna bring a wild animal to live in my Panch Canal ka ghar just because I want a status
Panch
symbol.
Canal is it's
You know.
huge in Lahore.
But for an
they're gonna
emu,
cut that because they're gonna think, oh
yeah, but we're talking about like an emu. You're keeping an emu.
yeah, I
like,
mean,
it's an
we're talking about your
expensive-
farm when you're gonna do that.
हाँ नहीं वो तो फिर 5 कनाल से ज्यादा बड़ा होगा ना उमर.
I mean, it's a huge bird.
It
It's like an
is.
ostrich,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, basically,
yeah.
yeah.
And finally, where are you headed next? We've talked about agriculture and we've talked
Yeah.
about capitalism.
Yes.
And I'm very excited that you're aware of what's happening, and you also seem to have made a conscious decision of where you think you need to go. But work-wise, what's exciting you the most?
So I'm at a really interesting point in my life where I'm now branching out from what I was doing before into new fields.
Right.
One is
The Chicago Film Festival movie which you've entered.
right. So one of the new hats that I'm beginning to wear is a producer and like a script consultant. I worked on my husband's short film. I was a producer. I worked with him on the script. It was a fantastic experience. I'm also
Your
I
husband
do
also
have,
teaches film.
he teaches
in
film. He is a
London.
filmmaker.
Beauty.
Shout out Tabish Habib.
Right. Come on.
And I think that also kind of reignited my passion for storytelling.
Right.
So that's something that I'm actively focusing on right now,
Right.
which is going back to writing stories. And then, other than that, there is a secret design project that I have been working on very, very, very slowly.
Can we reveal it on this podcast?
I
give us
will.
some
I will come
hints.
back. I will come back when there is some shape to it,
Okay,
which
fantastic.
exists in like the actual reality rather than just in my head.
Sure.
I will come back and you will hear it here first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you for
so
having
nice
me.
talking to you. And it's like we've done this before a bunch of times.
Yeah. Thank you so
Appreciate
much. These were great questions. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.